Here we are for the penultimate race of the season at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Georgia 300. After today, we will know the 4 drivers fighting for a championship at Homestead, and 4 will be eliminated. So let's take a look at our 42-car field. Jonathan Buford in the 97 has the pole. Who's outside? The guy who comes into today with a 12-point advantage over the cut line, Justin Heath. Then third, John Gammett. Fourth, Michael Canto. Fifth, Julius Anderson. Then sixth, you have JT Hanley. Seventh is Eli Bright. Then eighth, Patrick Smith. Ninth, the guy who does not have to worry about tonight at all. He locked himself in with a race, He locked himself in with the win at last race. That's Steve Larker. He's into Homestead already. And Kyle Hunter rounds up the top 10. Then the rest of the field, Joe Jefferson, who's outside, Trey Rainey. Derek Hamill, Brayson Collins outside looking in. Robert Hernandez, and then Jim Gambit. Same with these two here, Max Anderson and Evan Hunter outside looking in. Colton Young and Levi Jones has a 1-point advantage over the cut line. Joe Sandrovich and Jason Larker, Code Luigi and Tim Gary. Then Luke Rainey, who's outside Jeff Bright, comes into this race with a 10-point gap over the cut line. Then Riley Sprague to Alex Stewart out by 1 point. They got TJ Hanley and Jeff Samito, Jason Samito Jr. and Jay Gambit, and Mason Hayward and Isaac Nichols, Jake Jefferson, Jake Richardson, and Alexander Rowe and Tim Randolph. Kyra Lyman, who is outside teammate Marcus Sachi. And then running out the field, 42nd Jake West, 41st is Carter Friesen. So that is your 42-car field here at Atlanta for the cutoff race of round number 2. Let's now go down trackside and hear the command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew is ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
And all 42 cars fire up and roll off here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway as we'll get set for the cutoff race. So above the cut line, Steve Larker with his victory. Justin Heath has 12 points. Jeff Bright has 10 points. Levi Jones has a 1-point advantage over the cut line. Just outside, Alex Stewart's only 1 point out. The 50 Max Anderson is 4 points out. Brayson Collins is 5 points out. Evan Hunter 11 points out. So it's very, very close at the cut line. Every driver still has a shot to make it to Homestead. The pace cars in 30 laps to determine your final 4 for Homestead. They come into the quad oval. We're green flag racing at Atlanta here in the Georgia 300. Buford and John Gambit get away as they come down the back. Eli made a bold 3-wide move. He made it stick. He's to third now as they go through 3 and 4 and off of turn number 4. Jonathan Buford trying to lead from the pole. As he comes off turn number 4, he'll lead lap 1. 97 car, lap 1 led. But here comes John Gambit, Eli Bright as well. Joe Jefferson trying to mix it up. He's into the top 5. For 4th now, it's Brayson Collins by him. Remember, Collins just outside looking in. Coming into this race, Max Anderson the same behind him as they come down the backstretch. John Gambit tried to block Eli Bright's run, couldn't get it done. Bright to the inside for a second. Can he hold it down there? Yes, he can. Side by side for that second position as they come off of turn number 4. Eli Bright takes it from John Gambit. Jonathan Buford still up front. He'll lead another lap here at Atlanta. Brayson Collins, and that's Robert Hernandez in the 28 coming with a big run. Eli with the run into turn number 1. Gets underneath that 97 for the race lead. And Brayson Collins only wants to lead this lap. That'd be a bonus point if he could get out front as they come down the back. He's looking underneath Eli now. He wants that lap led for a bonus point. They go through 3 and 4 now. And off of 4 they come. Collins trying to hold off Robert Hernandez to lead this lap. He moves up high. Hernandez to the bottom lane. Can Collins get it down the stripe? He does. Brayson Collins leads the lap. That's a bonus point. Getting close right there. Some cars scraping the wall going off to turn number 1. That's fine unless they start hitting the wall and then come down into the pack. Now down the backstretch, Jason Larker for the race lead. Moves up Kyle Hunter, trying to get to that bottom lane. Can't get it done there. JT Hanley, Luke Rainey also on this bottom lane. Larker trying to hold off Kyle Hunter. Hunter moves to his inside now. Here comes JT Hanley, gonna make it 3 wide, possibly even 4 wide. Luke Rainey makes the move. 3 wide for a second. Luke Rainey's going to clear. He has his sights set on Kyle Hunter now as they come down the back. He moves up with Hunter, and Justin Meal now moves to the bottom. Rainey looked to make it 3 wide through the middle. Just thought better of that. Now Jeff Samito lined up with Jay Gambit on this bottom lane. They come off turn number 4. 25 laps to go here at Atlanta. Kyle Hunter, your race leader. Here comes Jay Gambit. Steve Larker, remember, he said he's locked in to Homestead, so he doesn't have to worry about this race. He's going all for broke now. Cars into the wall. That's Jonathan Buford, your pole sitter. Hard into the wall. He gets down. He just has to try and hope he can cling on to the back. Same with these 4 guys back here. They're very slow. Hopefully they can cling on to the back of this field. Code Luigi, Julius Anderson, Trey Rainey, all slow because of Jonathan Buford getting into the wall. So we look ahead. They're 3 wide. Now here comes Evan Hunter. He has the biggest deficit to make up, as they're now 4 wide in the pack. Hamill in the middle of one. And they straighten it out. That could have been a disaster right there, but they were able to straighten it out, keep it going straight. Remember, we said Hunter has the biggest deficit coming into this race. It's only 11 points, though. Tyler Lyman to second, last season's champion. Isaac Nichols to the bomb. They're 5 wide once again, or 4 wide, excuse me. Max Anderson in the middle. Luke Rainey gets up in line, and we avoid another crash. That could have been a big one once again, but we're able to avoid it. Some great driving by these drivers out here as they come down the back. Here comes Carter Freeze in the 54. He has a big push from Tim Randolph. He's going for second. Nichols gets down line. That 7 car did pretty well in the outside lane, I must say. Got down line. Now he's going for Kyle Hunter. He's looking to the inside now as they come off turn number 4. Hunter has dominated so far, but Nichols will get to the race lead into turn number 1. Now Isaac Nichols, your race leader. Tim Randolph and TJ Hanley come with the run. Hanley, finished runner-up the last 2 seasons, just not had the chase he wanted. He was eliminated after round 1. Tough break for him. He's looking to try and rebound and win another one this season, though. Try and ease some of the pain as Tim Randolph now looks for the race lead. Coming down the front stretch. They're side by side, 3 wide in the pack. Getting a little close. We'll be a third way through this race this time. Hanley with the peak down low. Alexander Rowe with the better run. They're going to be 3 wide for the race lead entering turn number 3. Alexander Rowe to the race lead off of 4. Jeff Bright going to try and get up there and lead. Bright looks to the bottom. Rowe tried to come off. Bright now to the bottom lane. Patrick Smith is pusher. And can Bright lead a lap and get a bonus point, trying to extend his advantage over the cut line. He has 10 points to work with coming into this race. And he won at Atlanta earlier in the season. So you know he has a lot of momentum heading into this race. Down the back they come. Smith getting pushed by Hamill. Smith will take the race lead in 3 and 4. It's getting intense back in the pack. We're not even halfway through this race. Patrick Smith looked like led that time by. Jake West to second. Mason Hayward going for third. As they come down the back. Look at the run for the 6 cars. Michael Cantobine. Luke Rainey back to the bottom lane. The A7 car looks pretty strong here this afternoon. It's been a while since Luke Rainey's been in Victory Lane in Target Series. Season 2 at Bristol. The first Bristol race, it was around race 4 or 5 of that season. You know, he would love to get back to Victory Lane for that A7 team. He's had a resurgence this season, just could not get into the chase with a victory. That's what cost him. Oh, back there, contact between Jeff Bright and Kyle Hunter. Bright in the chase, remember. That could have been big for his chase chances. Now race down the back. Trey Rainey has a run. Couldn't get underneath the 87, though. Levi Schoen's coming only 1 point above the cut line, remember. So he wants to lead a lap, definitely. Here comes Trey Rainey now. Remember, Rainey, Jonathan Buford, and Code Luigi are all stacked up at the back of this field. Now they're running up in the top 5. Shows how much it can change here at Atlanta. Rainey gets underneath the 19 of Derek Hamlin as they come down the back. Buford looking. Here he comes to the bottom lane. Remember, Buford was in the wall just a few laps ago, slamming the wall. Now here he is getting a push from Code Luigi, who he held up to the race lead. It's insane how much it can change here at Atlanta. Code Luigi now looks low. Eli Bright goes 3 wide now. There's the wall a little bit there for Buford and Trey Rainey. As Eli Bright takes the race lead, Joe Jefferson is behind him. Brayson Collins coming back up. And here comes Joe Jefferson down the back. Halfway this time by. Who will lead the halfway point of the Georgia 300? Joe Jefferson trying to get it. They come off of turn number 4. He's gonna. Joe Jefferson will lead, although Brayson Collins looks to the inside. Does the L1 have enough of a run? No. Joe Jefferson leads at halfway. Here comes JT Hanley 3 wide to the bottom for the race lead. Big run for that 81. He'll take it. He'll take that race lead. Behind him a little close right there with Isaac Nichols. They get sorted out once again. There comes Jake Richardson down the backstretch. Get a big run in that number 88. That Junior Motorsports car will go to the race lead. Finished second to his teammate in the Mountain Dew 300 this season here at Atlanta. Jeff Semito to the bottom. Getting a little close back there, Jason Larker and Kyle Hunter. Almost a big wreck there inside the top 5. Larker to second. Now looking for the race lead down the back. Does he have enough of a run to get underneath Jeff Semito? Can Semito get down in front of him? He does, barely. Larker trying to get there, can't get it done. Semito gets down line in front of that 2 car. Here comes Jay Jefferson for that second position. John Gamet behind him, Jay Gamet also there. And they got a few chasers, Justin Heath and Evan Hunter. See some big moves cars are making to the middle there entering turn number 1. They don't want to risk hitting the wall up top 3 wide. Jay Jefferson had a run, couldn't do anything with it. John Gamet trying to get underneath that number 1 car, couldn't get it done. Didn't have the drafting up to do it. Look at this big pack as they roar off of turn number 4. John Gamet finally with the peak. Jay Gamet gonna get forced up high by Justin Heath. Heath forced to the middle. Evan Hunter coming into the wall for the 2 car. They're going around! Larker and Colton Yohar into the wall. They straighten it out. No yellow yet. No caution. They straighten it out. Oh, look at them coming back, though. They're on the apron and such. Watch Jason Semito Jr. and some others on the apron. Max Anderson and Chaser on the apron. And the pack has been spread out because of that. No caution. They're still trying to get it going. Car's still on the apron. TJ Hanley. And now look at this front pack. Jeff Semito leading, coming to 10 laps to go. Evan Hunter going for a second. That has really helped the 11 car out. 11 points out. The next chaser on the cut line was Levi Shones. Where is he at? Nowhere in sight. Jeff Bright's nowhere in sight. Shones and Bright are back here in the 30s. 39-2 just limping out there around now. Where's the 42nd place car? Colton Young, okay. Oh, it's the 2 car now. So now this pack has been reduced to 8, 9, 10, 11 cars about. Then you got 12th on back trying to catch up all the way back to Marcus Sachi 19th. And then these guys back here just trying to gain any points they can to keep themselves in the chase. Especially these guys back here. Shones only 1 point above the cut line. And how that has changed the chase field because there was not a caution there. If there's a caution, you know everyone would get regrouped, get back up in one big train. But now everyone's spread out, and it's changed the complexity of this race. Now got a 4-car breakaway. Justin Heath looks low. 12 points coming into this day. He can make aggressive moves trying to get up there. Jay Jefferson makes it 3 wide now for second. 8 laps to go. Jeff Semito still out front. Jay Jefferson to second. Now they will catch Larker and Yo. They'll definitely catch Larker. He's very off pace, so watch for that to possibly affect. There are now 11 cars in this train. JT Hanley and the others trying to catch up all the way back to Marcus Sachi. And I got this pack that maybe can catch up in 7 laps. And I got this pack that is just hoping that a caution comes out and quickly. As Jay Jefferson is now side by side with Jeff Semito, move the 1 car to the race lead as they come down the backstretch. And watch John Gamet, Luke Rainey there on the bottom lane. They're coming with a head of steam. Semito up high as they go through 3 and 4. He had a hold down low, he couldn't take it, as John Gamet will fill it. Now where do they catch Jason Larker is the question. If they catch him on the straightaway, the high lane will be affected. Here they come on, going into turn number 1. Jay Jefferson gets away. Jim Gamet gets away. Luke Rainey. Just Semito. Not many cars get away from that. And this could really help some chasers out that are at the back of the field. 2 car moves high. So 2 cars get away. Then 4. And then the rest back here trying to run them down. Look at this pack trying to get around the 2. Blocking Larker. 2 Larkers being... I don't even know what's happening here. This could cause a big crash, though, if they're not careful. Larker spun again, this time into the pack. Nichols, Justin Heath. Can Heath get going? The caution is undoubtedly out. This is for the race. Jim Gambit and Jay Jefferson coming back with 4 to go. They will not be able to get that cleaned up in time. Jay Jefferson back in front, and he should win here in Atlanta. Jim Gambit back in second. Justin Heath rolls away, but way back in the pack. Back in 38th. The 5 car in 33rd. The 6 is blown up. Levi Shones ends up 30th. Where's the 11 at? Remember, he was only 11 points out. The 11 of Evan Hunter in 5th. As Jay Jefferson gets back in front, gets past Jim Gamet there, and he should be able to win here at Atlanta. They will go 3 laps. Now let's see what happened both instances with the two. First, the first crash, and then when he was holding up the field, I believe Steve Larker was actually the one that dumped him. So here's the first crash. Racing off into turn number 1. Larker's going to hit the wall there in the 2. He comes down. Colton Yule gets into him, and then they spin down to Jim Gamet. Yule comes back up into the 2, spins Larker out. They don't go fully around, though. NASCAR thinks it's fine to keep it green. Larker then comes down, gets Brayson Collins there, and that kind of gets everyone down to the apron and slows a lot of them down. That was a big crash, and as far as there wasn't a caution for that, there was probably some debris out there on the high side. Look how hard the two hit the wall right here. If that 39 didn't come up and sandwich him to the wall, they would have definitely gone all the way around. And now let's see what happens as they enter turn number 1. Larker gets crashed once again, this time by Steve Larker. So Jason Larker's in the middle of the pack, blocking Steve Larker in the 33 right here. Jason and Steve, they're blocking everyone, basically. And I think Steve had enough of it. He said, listen, you better move, and he just turns him. Right there, just turns him down to Isaac Nichols, and then it spins them up. Nichols hard to the wall, and then Max Harrison, Justin Heath. Nowhere to go for the 23. Justin Heath, remember, came in with a 12-point advantage over the cut line. How is that going to change now? You can see Levi showing some other chasers going flying on by. Yeah, I don't know if that was unnecessary, uncalled for by both the Larkers right there. Jason should have definitely moved out. He was very slow. That car was already damaged. He was already off pace. Might as well just park it there in that situation and be done with it. So let's go on board with the 33 of Steve Larker and see what he saw from this. It looked like he just drove by him and spun him out. And then Justin Heath came with a 12-point advantage. Is this going to ruin his chase? And you can see he missed it, but then these guys go flying on by. Levi Jones and Jeff Bright definitely want to get flying on by right there to get those positions from Heath. Meanwhile, Jay Jefferson and Jim Gamet are in a world of their own. They lead them back to the caution flag, and Jefferson should undoubtedly be the winner, as what has happened to Jim Gamet? Where has he gone? There's an issue on the 60 apparently, as Gamet was going to finish second, but a camshaft issue takes him out of this race. He'll finish 14th. The 7 also out because of that crash, and Max Anderson onto the apron. Remember, he had all that damage. He's right now 38th. He's definitely out of the chase now, as he was out coming into this race. Now being 38th, he's probably thinking, I just want to park it now. I'm so furious. So Jay Jefferson coming to the white flag will come back at the checkered flag. The field in 3 and 4. A car on the apron back there. I believe it's the 30 of Code Luigi, who was set to finish in the 14th position. If his pit stalls after the start-finish line, he should be able to still finish there, but if it's not, he will definitely lose all those positions. So coming down the front stretch, Jay Jefferson will win again in the Target Series. He won last season, got into the Final 4 in the 89 car. Hasn't been the season he wanted, but Jay Jefferson wins at Atlanta, beats out Luke Rainey, whose winless streak continues. Where's the 30 end up of Code Luigi? Does he end up finishing the race? I don't believe he does. I believe that stall is actually before the start-finish line. Heartbreak there. He's actually out of the race. It was a tire issue, so Code Luigi finishes 38th. So much happening in the final laps. The 60 and the 30 both having issues, both inside the top 15. But it ends up with Jay Jefferson in victory lane. Let's now go check the finishing results and see your chase field. So here are the finishing results from the Georgia 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. There was 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 12 lead changes among 12 different drivers. 2 drivers led the most laps. Jay Jefferson ends up winning. He led 7. Luke Rainey ends up second. Jeff Smith led 7 as well. He ends up third. Evan Hunter in 4th. Great day for his chase. And JT Hanley rounding out the top 5. Then Eli Brighton 6th. Joe Jefferson 7th. 8th. Julius Anderson. Kyle Hunter 9th. And Michael Cantor rounding out the top 10. So there is your top 20. As you can see, Evan Hunter finishes 4th. That's one of your chasers. Your next chaser down there, the guy who's locked in 16th, Steve Larker. He had a decent day. Remember, he's just preparing for Homestead. He's looking forward to that race where he is running with 3 other drivers. I know the 3 other drivers. You don't yet. It'll be a lot of suspense to see who those those other 3 are. See, 70 cars finished the race running, I guess, or 17, 37, I guess you could say 38. 37 finished on the lead lap. Down here, some chasers. Brayson Collins, 26th. Levi Jones, 27th. Jeff Bright, 30th. Alex Stewart, 33rd. Justin Heath, 35th. Max Anderson, 37th. Big days for them. And does it take them out of the chase is the question. So, the next race, the final race of the season, the Chevy 300 at Homestead. See you guys then. Here are the 4 drivers advancing to Homestead.